Welcome to New. It will be an interesting battle between the passing attack of Newton South, the running attack of the Chelmsford Lions, and let's hope that Chelmsford will be able to advance into the next round of the playoffs with a victory today. As you notice, I'm a couple of men down at the moment, but little traffic problems today, so we hope to have them with us very shortly. Nevertheless, we will proceed with our first interview, and this is a real good one with Peter Caruso, wide receiver, junior, Chelmsford Lions. CHS TV, Bruce Byam, happy to have with me this afternoon Peter Caruso, wide receiver, Chelmsford Lions. Peter, congratulations last Friday night. You caught a TD pass. You've caught a couple others this year, and you're
they make up the right plays in the right times that we need them.
Peter, you start the season, a new season, 0-0, and you're going to Newton South. What do you expect on Saturday afternoon?
No, I expect big things from them. I expect them to hit hard, but we just got to hit harder than them. We got to bring it to them.
Congratulations on your season, Peter. What are you thinking of for next year? I know you're a senior.
Next year, we just got to bring them back out here, take everything seriously, and just get the W's.
How about you personally?
Just more work in the off season, get more speed, more strength, and do what I can.
All right, congratulations on this year. Wish you a lot of luck Saturday afternoon, and hope things go well for you. For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, Peter Caruso. We wish Peter a lot of luck today. He caught a touchdown pass last week against North Andover. I hope Peter finds the end zone one more time today, at least one more time. The Chelmsford Lions are 3-4 in the small school division of the Merrimack Valley Conference. They have beaten Westford, Acton, Boxborough, and Dracut, and they have lost 4 times, while Newton South, 6-1, their only loss was to Wayland. We have one common opponent, and that's Westford Academy. Both teams were able to defeat Westford Academy, so that's the only comparison that we really have today between the two teams. Chelmsford, traveling on the road on a Saturday afternoon, has been a horror show, quite frankly, in the past. We hope on this beautiful day today in Newton that things will change just a little bit. Our second interview today is with a fine offensive lineman for the Lions, Harrison Gilman, and let's listen to Harrison, please. For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, happy to have with me this afternoon Harrison Gilman, offensive lineman, Chelmsford Lions. Harrison, you have a back that's closing in on 800 yards running. Can't do it without that offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great back. He pounds it right into where we clear the holes. Our offensive line, we're all first year for this offensive line, but we're doing great,
I think you've improved steadily as the year has gone along, and the holes have been better, and it's been a little bit easier for Sal to run through them. To what do you owe that?
Well, it's Mr. Coach Kaz. He's done a great job prepping us for each game. We've been doing a great job learning what we need to do, making sure we have the right guys, and then it comes.
It doesn't always show up in the offensive linemen as far as the stars of the game, but you guys really are the guys that make this offense work. I want to wish you a lot of luck against Newton South. It's a pleasure to have Harrison Gilman as my guest for CHS TV. Good luck to Harrison. We hope as well he has a fine football game today. Designates and 11. Chelmsford in Category 2 in the North. There are 8 teams in this division. After today, there will be 4 left, and we will see which 4 are standing about probably 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Certainly hope that the Lions are one of them. They have not won a MIAA playoff game in the top 8 in their history, so they're looking for number 1 today. One of the guys that's going to help on the defensive side, the father of probably the MVP this season, Sal Lapoli. Sal Lapoli Sr. He's a great interview. Stay tuned and listen to Sal. For CHS TV, Bruce Bryan, very, very happy to have us this afternoon. Sal, defensive coach, father of. It's difficult to separate the
practice, and I watch him in the game. The dad had from the coach had, but right now, Sal, you got to go do work.
Your guys, some tough opponents, and tried to stay in all the ball games and acquitted yourself very well.
Well, I have to tell you, not only because I'm the defensive line coach, but the battle is won in the trench, and the battle is won by the defensive line, because if we can't stop that offense from gaining 3 1/3 yards, then we'll never win a ball game. So I put a lot of emphasis, and so does the entire coaching staff, on the defensive line. So our guys, most of them are all new, and I tell you what, new positions. Our boys have stepped up, and they've done a really great job. I'm really, really proud of this core, and we continue to fight every single week.
The strength of this football team, in my opinion, is the defensive line.
That's right, and you keep saying that motto because that's what it is. And we just got to make sure that every single week we're ready to go, and our boys play and establish a new line of scrimmage always, and they're playing with their hands, and they're
playing south.
6-1 right now. Last time I looked, we were 4-3. So what we have to do is we have to realize that as of today, as of right now, going into this game, we are 0-0. We respect our opponents, but we got to get after them, because if we want to stay in this, we got to be 1-0 after Saturday.
This is great.
Well, I want
trivia question.
Gleason Award, and I'm proud to say that I was lucky enough to be the first recipient. My brother Nick and my brother Mike were recipients of it. It's an honor, and I look forward to seeing who the next family of the Gleason Award will be.
Thanks, Sal, and I wish you a lot of luck Saturday afternoon against Newton South.
My pleasure, Bruce. Always a pleasure.
For CHS TV, Sal Apoli, Bruce Bryan. Thanks to Sal, and we wish him the best of luck, too. Sal alluded in the interview to winning an award called the Dan Gleason Award, given in honor of a former outstanding two-way offensive-defensive player, Danny Gleason, who played in the early or late 60s, early 70s. Unfortunately, he lost the battle to cancer, and Dan was one of the most outstanding young men to come through the Chelmsford program. And Sal and his brothers, recipients of that award, rightly so, are extremely proud of their achievement, and I commend them as well. Today, the Lions, it's prediction time, and seeing I'm the only one, I'm going to be the worst, and I'm going to be the best. We have some truck predictions. We'll maybe be able to give you those a little later. I think the Lions are going to win this one handily. I've been wrong in the past, but I see the Lions winners at 28-7 in this football game. It's almost ready to start. I hope my partners arrive so you won't have to listen to just me. For Craig Robertson, as always, providing great camera work, for Dan in the truck and Tom as well. Stay with us. Kickoff is
Say with me, imagine what you'd see. Books are read, deserves a victory. Now, kids with books.
It's for us to get a book to each and every.
So let's join hands.
Lifetime of
Same time.
Like $1,000,000. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Meeting of food banks to join us work.
Feed the Pig.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off. Wow. I'm kind of living paycheck to bill collectors. They're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome once again to Newton South High School, where today problems on 90. And Newton at the 40. Place this down. Newton South. Okay. Listeners, out the middle. At number 30, Lopke pickup across the 40. Second and 10, Newton South. Predict 10. Team. Football. They're both for the maroon ones. First and 10, Chelmsford. First play from scrimmage. Hooten turns and hands it to Lapoli. Big hole straight up the middle.
I think today I talked to Coach Kaiser during the week. He wants to establish a good running game. And I'm sure you talked about this in the pregame because you're so thorough. No, but I think Chelmsford has to prove its dominance, its physical dominance.
Yes.
I don't believe Newton South has had a strong game schedule. And Chelmsford, very tough team, very physical team when they want to be. And I think that's what you'll see, a lot of pounding there with Napoli.
I did allude to that, Rob, and I said they played in the Dual County Small, the only common opponent, Westford Academy. They both beat Westford Academy, but Chelmsford really pounded Westford Academy, where Newton South struggled a little bit. And that dominance with Lapoli again, straight ahead for the first down to the 25-yard line.
It's my understanding Newton South played, or only loss was to a team with a winning record.
Yes. Wayland beat them, and they beat them 10. They're looking out at inside the 10. Peter McCarthy on the reception. So the Lions are in business now. First and goal at the 5-yard line. So nice pass from Hooten. About a 20-yard pickup to McCarthy. And Lapoli meets a back and gets taken down. And let's see who that was that took him down. Number 56, and that is
Brent Lee.
Thank you. So, second and goal. That's a loss of a couple of yards there for the Lions. First negative play for Chelmsford. Lions stop. They look to the sideline to Coach Kaiser. This is a field, as you can see, with stands only on one side of it. Our viewing location is quite a ways back from the field. Low snap, handoff. Lapoli straight ahead. He's close.
Down to about the 1.
So it's going to be third and goal, and Roberts got it right on target at for Sal. Averaging 4 yards a game. He hammers it, and he twists and turns, and he doesn't make it. It's going to be 4th and goal. Just a little shy. So a big play for both teams in the first quarter, just underway. Very difficult to read the scoreboard, so we're going to rely on the monitor.
Chelmsford kind of hurrying up and trying to wear, I think, Newton South down a little bit.
Here it is. Lepoli's
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown. 1 yard touchdown run. Sal Lepoli. And for Sal, that is his 14th touchdown of the season. That's how you take advantage of turnovers, Rob.
Absolutely. One of the things I would have said had I made it on time, and my apologies, Chelmsford has to make fewer mistakes in a playoff situation, especially, and capitalize on the positive mistakes.
And that they did, and it is Kevin Hennessy on to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Matt Hooton. The snapper is Lepoli. Ball is down. The kick is up, and it clangs off the goalpost, and it's no good. So the Lions do get 6 points, but they do miss the extra point. So just underway. We have 7-8. Lions on top, 6-0. We'll be back after this break.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all. Thanks. It's my decision making. He's even teaching me how.
My cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Bruce Markham, South, about 42 yards for a touchdown. And this time it's a...
And they got it. I think Chelmsford got it.
It's really up. 38-yard line. That was close.
They did that last week with North Andover to open the game, and they actually got it back. Play.
Cover that.
Yeah.
And Christian Finn, but Newton South has the. So it's 1st and 10, Newton South. Their first drive resulted in a fumble. And let's see what they do with the second.
One of the few times I think outside.
For the first down. Yard line is Charles Holly Jones for the few times that Chelmsford is bigger than the team that they're playing.
One of the things that I observe in the secondary, Chelmsford defensive backs need to close on the ball a little bit quicker. They seem to kind of freeze for a second. Balls in.
Good observation, and I agree with that, Rob. Handoff straight ahead. Couple of yards. The ball carrier is number 2. That's Washington. That's 24. Fiquan Washington, the ball carrier, picked up 4 on the play. 2nd and 6. Newton South has it at the 34-yard line, 36-yard line. Just moving along in the first quarter. Newton South in the blue with the orange. The Lions in their white and maroon. Both teams running out of the spread. Handoff, big back, number 34, runs hard. Aiden Lotke.
Pretty close to a first down, about a yard short.
It's going to be 3rd and about a yard. Just shy of the 30-yard line.
One of the things Newton South is employing is a nice trap game. When you have big kids in front of you, you want to let them make some penetration, and then you want, a back or a guard come across and trap them.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. It's a quarterback sneak, and it looks like he has the first down. And they're going to give it to him, so it's going to be first down at the 30-yard line. So as the onside kick did not work, but the well, they haven't said first down yet. And they're taking a long look, and they're going to take time out to make a measurement. And one of the things that happens when you do try the onside kick, as we just said a few minutes ago, is you give up field position, and the defense, it puts a little pressure on the defense.
It does. Let's see if Chelmsford can't respond, perhaps with another turnover.
And it is a first down. So Newton South picks up consecutive first downs. They have moved the ball to the 30-yard line, with Chelmsford coming in a strange position as the favorite. Newton South has probably a little bit of chip on their shoulder in this game.
One of the things when you're facing someone that you don't normally see, which obviously this new whole system over the last 3 years is, I think there's somewhat of an advantage to, and they have a completed pass for almost no gain, I think.
34 was the receiver. That's Lopke, Aiden Lopke again. The tackler, I think, was Christian Finn, although I'm not positive.
I think that was correct. But the two teams don't know each other, so right. And I think Chelmsford, on paper and film, may not look a certain way to Newton South, and all we have to go on is what we see in film. But I think Chelmsford is a surprising team, and this is a very good first-round pick or draw.
I think it was the best one we could have gotten.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with you. And let's see what they come with, 2nd and 10. Inside handoff. Not much there at all. That's Aiden Lopke again with the ball. It's going to set up 3rd and long now for Newton South. And Lopke is slow to get up. And there he goes. He's up and okay.
Right there, they just faked the jet sweep, come back with a counter trap, and Chelmsford just was not fooled.
The Newton South coach is Ted D'Alessandro. He has done a very fine job resurrecting a program that did not win very much and put them in a good position this season. Passing situation to the flat. Receiver catches it, but well short of first down yardage. And we've got flags. This is going to have to be unsportsmanlike. Lapoli on the tackle, one of the Lions.
Looks like something might have been said in the exchange.
Dave thinks a little push on Sal, and I think that's actually right. If that's the case, Newton South is backing up.
Currently, they're putting in a play in. Obviously, it's 4-down territory.
Sure. Now, that occurred after the play, I believe, right? So it should be 4th down. Here's the referee. Dead ball unsportsmanlike. Chelmsford and Newton South. So it's offsetting penalties. Maybe. I only saw the push. I agree with Dave. So it's 4th and 7 for Newton South. They're at the 32-yard line.
And this will be a test for Chelmsford defense.
Yes, it will. It is probably a passing situation for Newton. Cloud back to throw it. Looks, and incomplete. The receiver turned one way. The ball went the other way. The Lions defense has stopped them, and they are going to get the ball at the 32-yard line. Nice defensive stop after a couple of Newton South first downs.
Chelmsford proving the mettle. Like I said, I think they're winning the battle of the line of scrimmage. They certainly have the size. Their line is gone, and amount of drive, 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. This will be going a long way.
Vecchione on the corner. Gets knocked out of bounds, short of the 35-yard line. And short. Nice to be able to have someone there. In fact, no game.
Sweep. You have to either throw the ball in a quick hitch or just simply go straight ahead. Go straight at speed.
Accepted rule. Right, we're trying to go at it now. Lapoli stacked. Tackle on the play is one of the tacklers is Elijah Hemingway, number 77. And he actually might have lost another yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 12 now for the Lions. Lincoln Sudbury does have a couple of big guys. I'm sorry, Newton South. They're right in the middle. 77 being one of them. He is a senior, 5'11", 265. Hooten in a passing situation. They show blitz. Now they back out of it.
That would have been offside, but I don't believe the center could see it.
Yep. So they have backed out of that. Now he comes back to the line of scrimmage. He's coming. They're throwing it over the middle to Christian Finn. He has it complete at the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 15-yard line. Boy, what a big play that was. From the 26, 24 yards down to the 15.
That was a beautiful play. They knew they were coming with a blitz, and they just hit a nice seam pass with the slot. You see this on the replay.
There it is, Finn. He showed some pretty good speed here.
He did.
Too.
He's one of Chelmsford's better athletes.
Yes.
And he's an athlete truly because he plays lacrosse as well.
That's a 51-yard pass and run. Lapoli back at it across the 15 down to about the 12-yard line. And number 77 now is coming off, holding his shoulder a little bit. The big guy in the middle, shaken up, dinged up a little bit on that play.
That's either a stinger or what we call a sublation, where it kind of goes out and comes back in real quick, and it really is not comfortable.
It's 2nd and 8, and we have a timeout taken by Chelmsford. The first timeout of the football game. So Chelmsford knocking on the door again in the first quarter. Good defensive stand, a fumble recovery, and a nice 51-yard pickup from Hooten to Christian Finn.
And that showed some great poise, and again, reduce those mistakes. Try to stay away from 3rd and longs if you can, but certainly you have to get those first downs when you get them.
Same was open and over when he see him in that one.
Yeah, I think there's always a complementary pass route, and I think you're always going to see a seam. There is a seam open.
That's the 4th reception of the season for Christian. In the scouting reports, you probably wouldn't notice that they throw to him, but they certainly did there. It's 2nd and Lions.
You might see something going up to McCarthy. It looks like he out heights.
Lapoli again, nothing there at all.
He has a little bit better height than the cornerback that's covering him, and so at some point you might see him in the corner of the end zone.
Gain of a yard. The tackler was Joe Booza. He's a captain. So it's 3rd and 6 for the Lions in 4-down territory, or possibly Kevin Hennessy territory. Quarter almost over. Lapoli
with a touchdown.
Tumbling touchdown. And Sal Lapoli with a 12-yard touchdown. I believe that's where it was. Thank you, Ronner. 11-yard touchdown, his 2nd of the game, and we, with that, ran out the first quarter. So they will complete the extra point unless the Lions go for 2 here. No, they have Hennessy in the football game. So far, guys, this has been a dominant performance by Chelmsford.
Well, like I said, you're playing someone completely new, and you can't compare the seasons because you're not playing the same people. Dual county, small school, truly not a very strong schedule.
Kick is up, and it's almost out of the building, and this one is good. That is for Hennessy, his 17th extra point of the season. The Lions have a 13-0 lead. We've reached the end of quarter number 1. Pretty quickly moving quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Me llamo Raquel Mendoza y esta es mi vida. Mis hijos están envueltos en muchas actividades. Eso requiere mucho estrés y correr para acá y para allá. A veces mi familia necesita un escape. Este lugar trae mucha paz y hay mucha calma, mucha naturaleza. Quiero regresar con mi familia más seguido.
Encuentra el bosque más cercano en descubreelbosque.org. El bosque, más cerca de lo que crees.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
All right, we are back, being Rob Russo, Dave Markham, yours truly, Bruce Byam, Ronna Berman from Newton. Lovely drive down here today.
If you notice in the field, Newton South's middle line blockers 10 yards off the ball. I think at some point you might see Chelmsford just kind of kick it straight at him in a slow dribble.
Hennessy kicks it deep, and it's taken by return man Jaylon Spence. He takes it back to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10, Newton South. Just underway, second quarter of action.
Great start by the Lions so far. The running game is looking really, really good today. That should open up the passing game, let's hope.
And they have, Dave, you're right, they have completed 2 big passes to McCarthy and to Christian Finn in each of their drives. All right, here comes Newton South again, Cloud being their quarterback. They have spread the field. He has no one there. This is a passing situation, and they do look to pass it. They have a receiver. This is a
hook and ladder.
What they call, he fumbles it, and Chelmsford has it. So Newton South surprised them. Hook and ladder play, and McCarthy again with his second fumble recovery. The fumbler was Jaylon.
Play called the hook and McCarthy used your hand. He recovered his own forced fumble.
So at the 40-yard line, Chelmsford will start it again. 1st and 10. They have 2 turnovers, and Dave, that's what you have to have in order to win.
Definitely have to have the turnovers. You got to be on the plus side of those turnovers in tournament games like this. They can make a huge difference.
One of the things that I have always, in my experience over coaching so many years, is when you have to resort to trick plays early in the game, you might not think that you have the upper edge anymore.
Right. You're sort of showing, it's like poker, you're sort of showing, and that's not a good thing to do. Hooten tosses it outside to Vecchione. He has some space on the corner, gets a block, he's at the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
Here's what we talked about, you want to get the
He takes the ball to that could on right. To the 25.
As these plays happen for Chelmsford, confidence on both sides of the ball.
Boozer again on the tackle. Well, I said earlier, a captain, and he does a great job on defense. Tossed, and a whistle. That was, I think, against the Lions for illegal procedure. On again on the outside, but the Lions are going to go back 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and about 10 for the Lions. Newton South has scored a lot of points in their season with 6 wins, but they've also given up quite a few points as well. Fake that one. They're going deep. They're looking for McCarthy, and it's over his head. Good coverage. Number 19 is Jack Briney, and it's incomplete. They looked for the out on the sideline, and then Peter turned it upfield.
Peter slowed down a bit, though. I think he thought maybe he was going to outrun Newton's arm, but that was a good ball.
It was a well thrown ball. It's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Lions. This is, I think, Dave, a huge drive for Newton South in terms of they really need to come up with a stop.
They definitely do. They get down here by 3 scores, and it's going to be an uphill climb.
Screen, Napoli, well covered. Read well by Newton South. No gain on the play. The tackler is Ethan Weiss.
And I tell you, if he did not read that as well as he did, that definitely was a first down, but maybe even more.
So it's 4th down now for Chelmsford. They have 10 yards to go. So the Lions at the 30, out of field goal range. Booten steps up, fires. He has McCarthy. Caught it, touchdown. Peter McCarthy on a 30-yard strike from Matt Hooten to Peter McCarthy. For McCarthy, that's his 5th touchdown of the season. The 7th touchdown pass of the season. 8th touchdown for Matty Hooten.
That might have been the prettiest pass I've seen and caught between those two this season.
Yes, that was a beautifully thrown ball and great catch.
Can't throw it much better than that.
And you would know, Dave, you were a quarterback in your day.
Any of those beat my arm.
Kevin Hennessy to attempt the 20th point for Chelmsford early in the 2nd quarter. Had the ball 3 times, scored 3 times. They lead 20-0, and a quickly discouraging Newton South football team. We're going to take a break. We're not discouraged. We'll be right back.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We finally bought a place.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
At the end of the month, we have nothing left to save. How is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Kevin Hennessy back to kick it off for the Lions for the 4th time early in this football game. Hennessy booms this one deep. The receiver is Jalen Spence.
From the 5.
Up to the middle, and he gets not much, about the 22-yard line, I believe.
Let's see where they spot it. Right on the 20.
20. Tackler on that play was Peter Miller. Let's go! Wow, nice to have Peter back. He's been out most of the season. And it's great to have Peter back on the field again. Now, you're Newton South. You've gone to the trick bag. You've fumbled a couple times. Is there anything you can do?
Well, I mean, I think in the first half you try to unleash everything you have in the playbook, but you also don't want to give Chelmsford the ball back. So you want to kind of take time with your game plan and try not to turn the ball over.
And they complete a pass in the flat. And the receiver out there is Fiquan Washington.
The other thing is Newton South, I mean, they can score quickly. They have some speed. The quarterback can throw the ball. Chelsea can't let down.
No, not at all. And he's hit the short passes. He's thrown it, as you said, quite well, Rob. That's a pickup of 8 yards. It's 2nd and 2 for Newton South to the 28-yard line. Handoff straight ahead, and this is a loss. Interior of the Chelmsford defense.
Chris Bungard, I think, initially stood his block up. And
yeah, Jack Slattery, I think, was one of the cleanup guys. It's going to be 3rd and a couple here now for Newton South. No gain on the play. As you said, the Chelmsford defense is gaining confidence too. They've
Absolutely.
seen some stuff now, and they're starting to react to it. Looking to throw it to the outside, completed, and
the ball's
fumbled
on the ground.
And Chelmsford picked it up.
Vecchione.
That's Joe Vecchione. He will take it in for the touchdown. No, they're going to say it was an incompleted pass. Oh, we've got to see this on replay. Boy, he had that, and he was making a football move.
Yeah,
Let's take a look.
That could be a 20-0 call right there.
Here we go.
He was. I saw it. Yep.
I think the official, I apologize, I think he was right on the play.
He was moving forward, but he didn't have control of the ball.
Did not. So good call on the field. And it's 4th down and 2. What does Newton South do here? They have to punt it, don't they? I know they're trailing. They brought their quarterback back in.
Well, initially you're talking about the last game of the season, so you probably want to try it, everything you have. But you're still early in the game.
Here on 4th down. And jump for
unless Newton is trying to draw.
This is absolutely get the first.
I don't football away here. Still plenty of time left in the game.
I understand what Rob is saying, but it is good night if they don't get this first down.
And right now, Chelmsford's defensive coaching staff has to be telling them to stay onside.
That's the purpose of the timeout, maybe, right? Don't get drawn off.
The phrase "watch the ball" is being said many a times.
Coach, Alapoli worked long hours, proved as the season. And it's not going to work. They take a timeout. I'd say that's one for the press box, right? We sort of had that one diagnosed, and I think the coaches did too.
Well, and
right.
I would punt it. I mean, in high school football, especially, any punt in your favor, or a good punt, and now Chelmsford has 90 yards to go because it rolls so far. I mean, a lot of things can happen.
That was great coaching and well disciplined by the Lions there.
Merrimack Valley Conference has done well in the playoff system last night. Drake had fell to a Melrose team that was undefeated, but they led 10-0 in that game and only lost 14-10. One of the bottom teams. Merrimack Valley battles. Central Catholic won, Billerica won, Tewksbury's playing today. Top to bottom, it's a terrific football conference, and they're showing that here against the Dual County League.
I do think the Merrimack Valley, no matter where we've been repositioned with this MIAA madness, is one of the toughest leagues in the state.
To snap the ball to think. Lions did not. They are now 30 line. Now he great replay work, camera work. And there's another great shot of Newton South. They were down here this morning at about 9 o'clock setting this whole situation up.
They were here so early, we actually got press box and no one else does.
That's right. Lapoli straight ahead. Big gain. First down.
Brings it to about the 22.
Mike Nichols on the tackle. Pickup of 7.
23 maybe.
You can sort of see the body language now of Newton South a little bit discouraged, and understandably so. They're just getting pounded up front.
Well, like you said, they're 6-1. They scored a ton of points all season long, and I could see them riding high into a first playoff against a team that was 3-4.
Right.
The strength of schedule is so important. You gain a lot when you're playing teams that are much better than you, and Chelmsford played a couple teams that were much better, and they battled well in all of those games. So, unfortunately for Newton South, they're getting the best of Chelmsford I think we've seen all season.
Yeah. That was Lapoli, picked up a couple. It's going to be 3rd and 2, 4-down territory for the Lions. And I said this week to Coach Kaiser, I said Chelmsford has yet to play its best football, and he agreed with me. He said we have a season left that we have the ability to play our best football. Does Matt throw it here, guys, and come back on 4th down if it's incomplete?
Looks like Newton's blitzing here. They did.
Yeah, they did. Lapoli reverses field, stays on his feet, and did not get the first down, but he turned a 7-yard loss into maybe a 1-yard loss. It's going to be 4th down.
I think with that blitz coming, you maybe want to try something over the middle like you did with Christian Finn earlier.
So it is going to be 4th down. Where's the yard marker? The down marker.
It's on the 25.
Okay, it's behind the referee. So he did lose a couple. It's 4th down and 5 for the Lions. Kind of a strange call, I thought, on 3rd and 2.
Well, whenever they run the ball like that, Matt has the option to pull and keep it himself. And with those blitzing linebackers, he might have had a seam.
Oh, McCarthy was not able to turn quickly enough. The Lions are stopped for the first time in this football game. So Newton South avoided that punt 4th down situation, and they will take the ball over at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Newton South. And we have 5:40 to play, quarter number 2.
That was just a stop pattern, spot pass. Matt threw it a little bit too soon and a little bit behind Peter.
I thought the Lions did something very smart this week, guys. They took away almost all hitting all week long and gave these guys a refresh that I think they badly needed. And I thought that was an excellent time to do it.
Well, there's a movement, and that's a reverse coming at us.
And pretty good yardage. The reverse was Jalen Spence. He's a sophomore with good speed.
The movement is under all of the football levels, professional, collegiate, and high school. And really, I think what you'll see over the next couple of years is limited hitting, no matter what. In the beginning of the season, you have to condition the body, so you do have to, make contact. But as the season goes on, you're making contact for, the length of the game. It's important to take these breaks, like you said.
Pickup of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2. And this is Christian Finn and Joe Vecchione making the pursuit on the ball carrier. And the first down yardage picked up, though.
Newton is still resorting to kind of trick plays. You had a reverse, you had a fake reverse.
Washington was the ball carrier, and Rob, I think they've taken a cue from you. They're trying to run outside on Chelmsford, thinking they have the ability with speed.
And Chelmsford doing a very good job setting the corner. Christian just missed the tackle on that, but Vecchione was there to help him out.
37-yard line, 1st and 10. Cloud stands in the pocket. He's like taken out of the pocket. He needs to throw this, and it's completed. Nice job by Cloud to find Spence on the reception. Spence is a pretty good football player. That's a 9-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
McCarthy doing a great job on the defense. And this is a good throw across his body, which you don't like to see, right in the middle of the field.
Pursuit by Slattery and Dave Hamilton. It's 2nd and 2.
Slattery wishing perhaps he didn't spend so much time at McDonald's. He had just a little bit more foot speed, and he would have had a sack.
You're in trouble now.
I have him in class, so I feel just
the size of this.
Actually, less than nothing. I think he lost about 2 yards.
Yeah. So they do move it back. It's now 3rd and a long 3.
Interesting. The windows are cracked in the booth here, and I can hear some of the Newton South fans, and the Boo Birds are already out.
Not happy with that call. It looks as if, to me, that if they're going to move the football, they need to throw it. I don't think they're going to run it against Chelmsford's defensive line.
Certainly not in the middle.
No, maybe outside. 3rd and 3. Spence in motion. The Lions blitz. Here's the toss to the outside, and it's way over the head of number 25, Jacob Barnes.
One of the observations I just made there is they have what we call boomerang motion, where Newton South's receiver comes in motion and then turns around and goes back out. He's starting to lean more and more towards the line of scrimmage before the ball snap. I think you're going to see them call for procedures.
Probably they will. I think that. And
this, if Chelmsford can pick up.
To his Spence in motion. He rolls to his left. Looks for the side.
Should not be a catch. It was out of bounds.
But it is. Boy, the sideline was kind of blocked out from us a little bit by the Newton South squad, but they did pick up the first down to the 48, and
that'll be interesting.
Okay, we don't have that one, but that's the first one they've missed all season long.
Yeah.
Blocking water.
That should be
in that he turned up before and that's going. This is a crew that is officiating this crew, considering there aren't Saturday. Most of them were last night.
Going back to that pass, which resulted both. I believe that receivers.
And had a pretty good cushion on that play, too. The Chelmsford defensive back was about 8 yards off the but certainly don't want to get
South earn it.
That's right.
As to earn it, it's going to take some energy. And Chelmsford, I think, has the edge when it comes to the physicality of this game.
1st and 15. Back to pass. There. Completed. Yardage. And Pope gets first down.
Or just, actually not going
They going to give him first down?
Oh, they are. They're moving it.
Yeah,
now.
I thought it was a first down.
Oh no, second. Oh no, they're moving. Confusion amongst the chain gang and the
Yeah.
referees.
They are at the 37-yard line.
Watching the should have good job scouting. I think there's a lot of motions in terms of tackling and trying to loosen the ball up. So I think Newton South is probably guilty of not holding the ball pretty tightly.
Cloud on the carry. Hamilton and Lapoli on the tackle. Chelmsford defensive front. Jacob Ferrer, number 72. Dave Hamilton, number 34. Chris Bungard is number 79.
Jack Slattery.
Jack 50, defensive line.
And that
coming down to the 2-minute warning. Washington in first, a receiver up in there. They're looking for pass interference, but I don't think he touched him. He just stuck his hand in there.
He turned around in time too.
He did.
Now that was a very well designed play. However, they were lucky, Chelmsford, because Wahid was
a little better thrown ball, and that was 6 points. It's 3rd and 10, and I guess we don't quite have the 2-minute warning yet. Here it is.
Reverse. And what you don't see is Wahid coming up to make a tackle, and he realizes, that he's going to throw the ball.
I have to give Newton South some credit. They have a game plan today. They have tried to design some speed and tricks that would hurt the Lions. Cloud rolls, sets up, fires, gets hit, and it's incomplete. And he got slammed by Joe Vecchione.
Yeah, he definitely made that throw under duress.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10 now for Newton South. I'm sorry, 4th down. You're right, it's 4th down. I missed the play, and it is 4th. This is a huge play for Newton South with under 2 minutes to play. Just under 2 minutes to play in the football game. Rob Russo, Dr. David Markham, Bruce Byam, and Rhonda Berman from Newton South.
Newton South showing a little bit of wear.
Can we be doctors today, too?
We should be honorary doctors, right?
Yeah, we should be able to be doctors.
I'll be the judge of that.
Doctors of something. 4th down. Back to pass. Cloud over the middle. Has his receiver. And he is having a field day with the Chelmsford secondary. They are not responding, as Rob said, to open receivers. That's a 1st down across the 20-yard line. This is a good drive by Newton South.
Yeah, I'd like to see defensive backs are in good position, but once the ball's in the air, you need to see defensive movement. The ball's only there.
Cloud to the side, has his receiver, and it's completed. Another close to 1st down. That is receiver is LeJean Pope out there.
Defended by Jake Combs. And that's another example, and there's a timeout on the field by Newton South. But, I know you're afraid of maybe a stop and go, but you also have to have an eye on the quarterback, and the quarterback's arms going backwards. It's not a stop and go, and you really need to close a little bit quicker.
One Newton South has 4 timeout. That was their first one. At least their second. Yes, they did. Okay, so they have 3 left.
Both teams with 3.
Yep. But this is important for Newton South momentum-wise. Chelmsford will get the ball to start the second half.
A stop or preventing them from score would be huge. And remember that Newton South has shown that they can move the ball. They've just put it on the ground, and Chelmsford has recovered. So this, the team's not out of it, and they have some quick score capabilities. Chelmsford doing a great job keeping the receivers at least in front of them.
And I'm impressed with their quarterback, Cloud. He's done a nice job. He is back to throw it again. He steps up. He drops the ball, and it's loose. And Chelmsford has it. The third fumble, and that's Jake Ferreira. The ball just slid out of Cloud's hand. And here's the replay. Check it out.
Oh, actually.
It got whacked?
He got whacked.
It did. That was Ferrer. He knocked it out and recovered it.
His hand was going back to throw the ball.
Couple of stars for Jacob on that play. 1st and 10, Chelmsford. Ball at the, where are they? At the 28? 27.
27.
27-yard line. But I don't think Chelmsford will open this up too much. They have 3 receivers to the right of Hooten. Maybe get a first down. They might decide differently. Hooten scrambles, fires, and throws it out of bounds. Nice job by Matt.
Great decision there by Matt, just to throw the ball out of bounds. Nothing silly here.
And I think that the good idea to not get too fancy in this particular possession. The scoreboard has the possession arrow in the wrong direction. It should be Chelmsford's football. We'll see if we can get a has a block, turns the corner, down the sideline, and runs it out of bounds. By Joe.
Showing some great football there. He might have score, so you want to conserve the clock. Stopped it at a minute.
That's about a 20-yard pickup for Joe Veck. Nice throw by Matt Hooten. The Lions are in business. Good safe throw. Good pickup. And they didn't have to burn a timeout. Coach Kaiser communicates with Hooten. Hooten fakes to, they're going to do the same thing the other way. This is Vecchione again down the sideline and gets driven out of bounds. He's inside the 30-yard line.
Down to about the 26.
That's another about 18-yard pickup for Vecchione. Here it is on replay.
Great. Had on the Jets and but it's
timeouts at the moment, and they did. Newton South did them a favor.
30 seconds.
Newton South takes it.
Have to address the troops and kind of settle them down.
9-yard pickup by LaPoe. About the 14-yard line. Right now that this would be a devastating, probably a game.
Agree, except you keep saying, you keep feeling. Me, anyways.
No. Holy, big hole. Down performance by went about rapid. So 26. Henry day.
He easily could have just aggressiveness.
Wasn't pretty. F-27 going on. We're going to take a break.
McCarthy.
Well,
in the locker room and
most season. If you look at as we have it. What the and
South Coach Chandro was call the play in time.
And the third, a couple of linebackers.
You go at least 3. Do not move. At 15. Because what happens with especially younger players, they see the ball and they want to react to it.
Huddle on the white cap. They have a Flutie is one of the that's yes. Maybe Pete's. All right. Back. They from what underneath by deep. That's what here if you're going to start. That would be devastating. 19 seconds. Well, quite honest, it won't be devastating. Quick talk. One tried to keep it. That's a pickup of going to give him 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Maybe time for a couple of plays. Give him 7 on the play. They're out to the 25-yard line. Cloud has thrown the ball a lot in this first half. We said at the beginning, the pregame show, that no one attended except yours truly, that Newton South would have the ball in the air today quite frequently.
That's true. Dave, I'm questioning whether or not, I was told 1:30 by my esteemed colleague on purpose so he could do the show by himself.
17 throws according to Rana for Cloud, and they just take a timeout.
The only problem with throwing too much is in almost every level of football, I think every level of football, even I'll go on the limb and say that, you need to establish some form of run. You have to be able to run the ball.
I totally agree. I don't think the Lions are even looking at a run situation. Of course, not now. Anyway.
No. But it's hard, like we said, with this system we're playing. I don't believe we've ever played.
This is the first time.
And you're counting on film. You're looking at you're 6 and 14. If you look at just film, Chelmsford played and up a little bit, and so maybe We got to control the ball. We got to keep it out of Chelmsford's hands. They're going to outsize us, and that way you don't let it get away from you.
Cloud keeps it, picks up first down yardage, but that's okay with Chelmsford. And he gets pops pretty good there. Let's see who gets off the pile. Bungard is one of them. Yeah. Eon was there also. Joe got maybe a little bit of the worst of that one. I think they're going to let the clock run out here. And they are. That is going to end the first half with 4 touchdowns for the Lions. 3 by Lapoli, 1 by McCarthy. And the Chelmsford Lions have taken a dominant 27-0 lead into halftime. No bands are here, folks, from either squad. So we will just watch the sunshine and be back with the second half in a little while.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nation yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
Luke Cloud has just kicked it off to the Lions, into the sun. That's Vecchione, straight up the middle. 30. Once the turnover. Lions.
Yeah. Mistakes. I don't.
Right.
Thompson maybe had one
drive. Quarter going 7 past 12 by Sal. It is now 1st and 10. Chelmsford, the ball is at the 34-yard line.
Chelmsford are going with 4 wide receivers. Get Newton South to loosen up so they can actually establish more of a run game.
Eric Lefebvre is at the bottom of the screen. The Lions run it straight ahead with Lapoli. Pretty stiff on defense. Number 40, Farhan. I'm not even going to try to say this last name. Maybe I'll let Rob try to say it.
Rob's
Rob's going to pass too.
We're going to call him Farhan.
Rob, no gain on the play. Massachusetts. Hooten runs the option on the Lions. I don't know a replay, but take a look on the
ground and put your hands on them and keep them there. You got to allow them.
Hold on the Lions. 2nd down and 20. Lions today. Penalty on the Lions. Matty staff down. That's about takes the we'll give him up very the Lions at all. And he catches it. Holy smokes, I don't know how that happens, guys. By Peter McCarthy. Triple. Oh.
Pass interference. Kind
of a grab.
Looked like the Newton South player impeded his progress, but it wasn't called. So
I apologize. I didn't see the ball hit the turf.
No, the only reason I knew was the Newton South referee.
Unguarded for the Lions. Low. 40 to the line. Pretty good punt. From the 33 to about the 36, so 32 yards, which by the way, 281 yards of total offense, and they've got to be knocking on the door close to that right now.
One of the things Chelmsford can't do, though, is have a letdown. You know,
Exactly.
You've got a good command of the game, but this is a second half, plenty of time. Newton South definitely can score quick if they get one up in the air.
The outside, complete receiver. And Pope picks up 6.
Newton South run. anything up easily.
And, of course, two reasons for that. One, the score of the game. They had no we run the ball.
Yeah.
2nd and 5. They do the side. Was
down.
It's successful pass, though. Takes the ball. And he's picked up a thing that has so their pass defense.
No, I think by game
there
away.
Yeah, but South 2nd and 10 for the breakup.
The backs are cushioning. You're letting them catch underneath, and they are making tackles and keeping the yardage to a minimum, making North Newton South having to earn, every.
We saw that, Rob. You're right. We saw that with Tewksbury and with North Andover. They got beaten deep, and I think your observation is right on target. Chelmsford, good rush, and Slattery knocks it down. So a great defensive play by Jack Slattery of the Lions captain.
Great pressure by the defensive front four and collapsed the pocket. Slattery got his hand up.
And no McDonald's comment on that one.
He didn't have to run.
Good for Jack. 3rd and 10, Newton South.
Although Monday I might have to run away.
That's true.
Lions doing a good job of keeping everything in front of them. That's what they have to do here. Like Rob said, make them earn everything they get. Eat some clock up.
Cloud has not had a running play called in this second half. And it's not going to be this time. Here comes Slattery. Toss is complete. They're working on Wahid, and he is not able to defend it again at LeJean Pope, who was only he's a senior, I'm sorry. First down. So he has been able to go down and turn it out, and Cloud has hit him now the second time in the second half. They're at the 29, 1st and 10.
The good news, though, is Wahid was right there.
Yes, he
that
was.
A good pass.
He was.
But, the defenders...
He's close. And
keeping them in front.
They do that too many times. Wahid's going to pick one off. They're looking at him again, and he's got his back turned, and this time it's a incompleted pass, but there's a flag down. They're going to get pass interference, I believe.
Well, he's face guarding. He's not turning around. He doesn't know where the ball is, and he is interfering with the receiver. The good news, though, it's from the line of scrimmage, not a spot foul like.
Yep, it will be an automatic first down, but not down to the 8-yard line where the ball was. Out of the football game for the Lions comes Josh Espinoza. First down, the 15-yard penalty, and it's going to take the ball to about the 14-yard line. As soon as they mark it off. And there seems to be some confusion as to where the ball was. And
the referee made the signal of pass interference, but I heard him call holding when he was announcing it to the crowd. So I'm not sure if it's a 10 or 15-yard penalty here.
Might only be 10. Good observation, David. As you've noticed, Howie is not with us this week. We wish him the best. He had a commitment that could not be avoided, being a Saturday afternoon. It is a 15-yarder, Dave, I think, because they marked it at about the 14. So it's going to be first and 10 from the 14-yard line. This is the deepest penetration of the football game for Newton South. And they run it this time with ball carrier Aiden Lopesy. And he takes it ahead for about a 7-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Looks like, did you say Slattery, Dave, on the tackle?
Yes.
Number 50. They're inside the 10-yard line. This has been a very good drive.
Chumps are doing a lot to get the ball loose, which I think allowed Newton South to get a few extra yards. You're not wrapping and tackling. You've got one hand wrapped, and the other hand's just kind of swat at the ball.
Cloud has three receivers to his left, one to the bottom of the screen. He puts Lopke in motion. He's rushed in the pocket, fires it, and it's dropped. Very difficult catch, looking for Washington. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
He was forced to throw off his back foot. He was under pretty good pressure. First, Chelmsford defender might have been Finn. Was Hamilton, and then I think Bungard come in with his hands up, forcing the low throw.
And I have been corrected, and correctly so. It is 3rd and 4 for North Andover. I'm looking ahead to next week for Newton South. And if the Lions were to be victorious today, they would travel next Friday night to North Andover for a rematch with the North Andover High School. And we've got a flag. Chelmsford offside, free play, and over the middle, and dropped. Boy, Washington had a touchdown. But it is going to be a pickup of 5 yards, which will probably be an automatic first down.
Chelmsford with a stunt on the outside, and Chelmsford's defender was just a step too quick.
It will be 1st and goal from about the 5-yard line. This has not been a sparkling series for the Lions. At the 3-yard line.
These are some of the mistakes that you can't make. We talk about it week in and week out. Today you might be able to get away with a couple. Next week it's number 2 seed North Andover. You already know what they can do, and Chelmsford can play very well against them, and then I believe Chelmsford can beat a North Andover, but you can't do it by making mistakes.
No, it's once again it's the perfect football game. Perfect storm has to take place in North Andover. Anniversary of the perfect. There's some fake calling signals. Looks, and touchdown. I wonder about that.
I don't know.
One.
This referee cannot make a call on the sideline.
I wonder about that call. LeJean Spence is the touchdown receiver, and if we have that replay, I'm not sure that he had.
He's not looking at the right things.
Boy, that's. But a great drive nonetheless by Newton South to be able to score on that drive. Pass. And they did it half minutes. Cloud. Great shot. You'll know whether this one's looking yourself. Ball is down. Kick is blocked. Lapoli. It's a live ball. Salch. Only 27-6.
Oh, emotion!
Oh, jeez. I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls. Just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you.
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go. Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
Bye-bye.
Hi! Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. That'll probably turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Nothing over. I've got to get that name out of my mind. Newton South has just kicked off. Mike Berry picked up a low line drive kick, brought it back to the 40, about the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Chelmsford.
Chelmsford now just regroup, get their offense back in the forward momentum, and truly put the game away.
Coach D'Alessandro on the field calling defensive signals to his team. He works hard during the course of the game. They show blitz. The Lions make an adjustment. Peter Caruso at the bottom of the screen. Peter McCarthy at the top of the screen. Two backs with Hooten. And he hands it off to Lapoli. And nothing doing.
Well, they're blitzing two linebackers. There's just too many people to block.
Number 53, Joe Buza, who's having as I said earlier, he's having an excellent football game, a loss of a couple. Lions may need to throw it here a couple times to loosen this up, and they bring three receivers to the left of Hooten. And you're right, they're just putting 7 or 8 guys in the box here at the line of scrimmage, and here they come again.
Newton South giving the receivers on the outside here a generous cushion.
Yeah, they are. Two big receivers, McCarthy and Caruso, bigger than the defensive backs. Lapoli bounces off one, spins, and picks up positive yardage across the close to the 45-yard line.
Pick up about 5 or 6.
It's going to be to the third quarter. Massachusetts. Middle, Vecchione, catch, first down. Great catch, great pass. Beautiful pass by Hooten, great catch by Vecchione, and he takes the ball to the line of about 24 yards.
Matt's passes are crisp. We have girls today.
That was version.
This is
great play by Matt Hooten.
Hooten kept that, faked it to Lapoli, got around the outside.
And pitched it to young Vecchione.
Yeah, that's right, to Mike Vecchione.
Matt waited.
Positive yardage now. Clock. This time they run it the other way. Mike Vecchione to the outside across the 25 to the 20-yard line. This is twice now that Coach Kaiser has repeated the same play to the opposite side of the field.
Coach obviously seeing, something that he likes, and I think they're great calls.
Absolutely. It takes it to the 19-yard line. It is a 1st and 10 for the Lions, coming back and responding to that touchdown drive of Newton South. Excellent ball handling by Hooten today.
Coach Markham's comments earlier are absolutely correct. The defenders are at least 11 to 12-yard cushions off our big receivers.
Lapoli, big hole, gets to the 10, looks for a block, gets to the 5. 14 yards for Sal Lapoli, turning in another huge performance on offense and defense for the Lions.
Sal doing a great job reading his blockers, really stepping up.
And they're missing Brendan Park today with a concussion, but so far they've just been excellent. 1st and goal, Lapoli to the 4. Spins, turns, and saying he's short. Boy, he looked awfully good on that one. I thought he was in. It's got to be right on the 1 foot line.
Again, that was a trap. Followed his pulling lineman, allowing him to throw a good block for him.
And they are about at the 1 foot line. 2nd and goal. Lapoli might have gotten in, and he did. 2nd effort, 4th touchdown of the afternoon for Sal Lapoli. He now has 17 touchdowns. He's gone over the 100-point mark for the season in touchdowns. And the Lions send Hennessy in to attempt the extra point.
His kicks today, although he hit the upright and one, they seem a little bit different than.
They do. They're not the booming.
They're sideways, kind of a revolution, and I don't know if he's shorting up and just going down to like 1 step or.
Let's watch him here and see if he kicks one into the soccer field. Ball is down, and that's a little better. And it's a 34-6 lead for the Lions. And that touchdown might have been the one that put them over the hump in this football game. We're going to take a break, and we'll find out shortly. There's the soccer field in the background. Here we are back. Bruce Byram, Rob Russo, David Markham, Ronna Berman, Kevin Hennessy has it teed up at the 40. His leg may be getting a little tired today with the extra points and the kickoffs, and that's a good thing for the Chelmsford Lions.
Well, this game, I mean, just all the positives can come from, holding on and producing such a great victory, going into the 2nd round of the playoffs.
And Hennessy kind of pooches this one. It's close to the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. Good thing, because Newton South had no one there. Okay, guys, North Andover, you think they're shaking in their boots, or do you think they're sitting back saying, oh, boy, we got the Chelmsford Lions again?
Well, it's an interesting matchup, the way the falls because of the playoff system. Never before, do you usually play people twice. So
right.
Playing people twice can be interesting. It depends. They can be overconfident.
It's hard to beat a team twice in the same season.
Sure. In football especially.
Yes.
And North Andover wasn't markedly more talented than Chelmsford. I mean, Chelmsford made some mistakes.
Big plays.
Yeah.
But the one thing the Lions will deliver to them is physicality.
Absolutely.
They will be physical. 1st and 10, Newton South, 30-yard line. Running straight ahead, but no gain. Tackled by Hamilton. And that was Lopsy. I hope we're pronouncing that right. It's Lopci. And here he is. So that's a gain of maybe a yard. It's 2nd and 9. We are under 2 minutes to play. pass off the handoff. Looking for Spence. The Lions were not fooled that time. They had him double.
Chelmsford. At some point, you have to say to yourself, okay, I need to get off the field. After having the ball, you try to grind out the possession. Don't give Chelmsford another chance to score.
I think it does show also the difference between the dual county league and the Merrimack Valley League in terms of a 6-1 team is being manhandled by a 3-4 Chelmsford team. And blocked again. Might have been Bungard.
It was Bungard, yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it was Bungard getting that big hand up there. Here, take a look.
Such great pressure by the front four. And there's a big hand.
There it is. You think he gets the drumstick when it's Thanksgiving? I think he does.
With that reach, he gets both.
It's a 4th down punting situation. Cloud is on to punt it. Back deep for the Lions. Vecchione and McCarthy, I believe. McLeod is standing on his 18-19. He's going to kick it from about the 22.
Newton South hasn't punted much today because
no, they have not.
Fumbling it away.
That's right. Nice kick. Nice spiral. Driving McCarthy back. He wisely gets away from it. And the Lions will establish possession at the 29-yard line.
Good defensive stand.
Yes. Very nice job that time by the Lions defense.
Offense will take over, about a minute left in the third quarter.
And I'm sure pretty soon we're going to start to see some new numbers come in. We'll try to identify them as they do. Right now it's the first unit still there.
See if they can work on a few things here to get ready for next week and hopefully no one will get hurt.
That's right.
That's
keep people
probably
healthy
the
now.
biggest thing right now.
I agree, David. Yep. Our trainer, Kate Shagnon, does a great job every single year, and hopefully she can keep these guys healthy for the rest of this football game. Lapoli, nothing. Maybe lost a couple yards there. Again, Ronnie, can you give me number of carries for Sal when you get a chance, please? Much time they're going to let this quarter.
So
good decision by Coach Kaiser. Coach Kaiser's going to go to 4-4 on the season, and he has instilled an enthusiasm in this program. It's just refreshing to see. The kids love it. They love him. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, it's truly kind of a team atmosphere, and you know they've been working out as a team. You can see, you know, when you see them in school with just regular street clothes on, there's some size, there's some muscle showing, and they've really bought into the system, which you have to if you're going to have.
That was the end of the third quarter for the football game, and there's the Chelmsford offensive unit on the sideline coming back on the field. There's a great shot from our aerial camera. See the Lions coming back out to the end, our left. You can see probably 4,000 kids playing soccer out there. We're going to take a break. Be right back.
Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Well, have you tried saving?
Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Rob Russo, Dr. Dave Markham, Ronna Berman, Newton South, and cameraman right up. This is LaPointe. Can he outrun people? He just blasted across the 100 yards with that run from the 28 down to the
28.
That's right. That's pretty good. About 40 yards.
Here's a replay you see. Just he catches the defense's seam, natural opening, and splits the difference.
Nice blocking up front by the Lions offensive lineman. Brendan Cochran, number 77, number 76. Kyle Sweeney. We've got some kids coming back next year too, Rob, that I'm excited about. Christian Finn, the tight end on the right. Jack Slattery at tackle, number 50. Lapoli gets through again. Boy, does he run hard. Still on his feet, fighting. Number 55, the tackler, Nichols. And another first down. Yep.
Sal, late season form. He's picking the holes well, making good cuts, accelerating through the cut.
Sal is hoping to play football at the next level next year, looking at some Division II schools, and wouldn't be surprised if he could. They're at the 13-yard line. That was a pickup of about 15 yards. First and 10. He's 157 yards, says Ron, about 26 carries. And coming off last week, here's the toss to the outside. Mike Beck has the corner. Mike Beck cuts it up. And he's out of bounds, close to the goal line at about the 4 or inside the 4.
Our vantage point's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, it is. I'm impressed with the way Hooton has run this option.
And this is to his left. He's pitching with his weak hand. And,
yep.
And this is also another good way to get the corner on a team that might be a little bit faster than you.
12-yard pickup for the Lions. The ball is at the 2. First and goal. The touchdown man get the ball here. I'd like to see Mike Vecker finish the series here. Or Matty Hooton, who has not scored a touchdown yet this season. Matty keeps it. Matty is in for the touchdown, and we got a face mask. Face mask call, Matt Hooton, first touchdown of the season. Congratulations, Matt. That was a 99-yard run by Matt Hooton for the score. We'll cut it down to 2, though.
Very well read.
And you'll see the face mask right there. Good camera work. Matt spun down. That will be assessed, I believe, on the kickoff. Is that right, guys? The penalty?
I believe that is correct.
I think it's Hennessy again is on to add the point. The Lions are up to 40. Their biggest outburst of the season was 42 against Westman Academy, so they're knocking on that door.
Matt's had a solid game today, taking care of the ball, making the right reads, and running that option to perfection.
Absolutely. That's a little better kick by Hennessy, and that is his 5th extra point of the day. Takes him up to a total of 21. Here's the replay. Oh, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with that afterward.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
You saw the touchdown run by Matt Hooton just before we went to break, and congratulations to Matt. Hennessy is going to kick it off. The Lions have 41 points, and this game, other than the fact that we still have to play a few more minutes, he kicked that to the end zone.
Well, the 15 yards was assessed. He kicked that.
That's right.
South 45.
Yeah. So the 15-yard penalty allowed him to deep kick it to the end zone, where Newton South will take it over. Prior to this, their only loss of the season was to Wayland, 37-12. And the bell cow of the Dual County League is Lincoln Sudbury, who was seated first in this particular Division II that Chelmsford is in. So there will be 4 teams left. Masconomet will play Lincoln Sudbury, and Chelmsford will play North Andover in the semifinal round of Division II North. Washington Lupke keeps the ball to the outside. And who gets off the bottom of that pile? Is that Beck?
Youngbeck.
No, that was Palermo.
Oh, Palermo.
Yeah, Aaron Palermo on the tackle.
In the game. Good for Aaron.
Yeah,
Aaron played for me his freshman year.
Yeah, going to try to get Aaron as a guest next week for pregame. He has had a good game last week, and he's coming on as the season goes along. Lions starting to put some new people in this football game. Number 31, Tyler Nolan, is in for the Lions. And good yardage here. Number 34 again, Lopsy, the ball carrier. We'll try to get some numbers here of new Lions that are in this football game. Number 63 for the Lions is Mark Spinelli. 44. Peter Miller.
Back and healthy.
Yep. And as we continue to go along,
Matt Holman.
25 is Mike Berry.
Saw Desmond Rivera in there in that last play. 63. Or 64.
Fake the reverse. Turning the corner. And fumbling again, but it's out of bounds. Ball was fumbled by Charles Holly Jones. He did pick up a first down, however, to the 46-yard line. And both teams just trying to get through these final 6 minutes or so. Here's the replay. And Tyler Nolan was kind of held a little bit on that play. First and 10, Newton South. I think the officials are going to be generous with the clock here and start to let this thing run just a little bit. And picked off. That's Miller. To the comes in and hit.
Drop position. And he is responsible for curl, and there he is. Good extension.
Jalen Spence was the person that threw that one. Lions are going to try to get organized now as to who they send out on offense. And guys, I'm really going to have to ask you to help me here because we're going to get a whole 11-man unit that has not played.
Shirts.
That's right, clean shirts. Let's see who
Ed
comes
Rigney,
up.
number 7, he's coming in.
Let's see if we can. Good cutback. Number 37 was 27, the ball carrier. That is Liam Gillette.
Quarterback is Nick Marcotte.
And we have number 10 is in the football game. Is Scott Murtaugh. Number 56, Spencer Gump. A lot of sophomores here.
Number 13, Kevin Stolke, playing receiver.
2nd and 10. Lions using as much time as they can in between plays here. Marcotte is the quarterback. Whoa, and the ball goes going to the yard line. Loss for Mark. He is number 18. the fumble, but the clock will continue to. His eyes.
The ball, yeah.
We have third and about 25 for the Lions. This is kind of like a lot of the times where you would see a JV game kind of situation at the moment.
JV preview.
Right. I don't know if these two teams will play a JV game.
It's my understanding. I think the ADs kind of make a JV schedule just
local.
be local and save money on busing.
Smart. Yeah, Lions going backwards here, but understandably so. Gillette, the ball carrier again. The first unit defensively for Newton South is still on the field. So it's a fourth down situation. Bungard, the first punting unit, is in the game for the Lions.
Good news is the clock is still running. It's under 4 minutes.
And long since decided the issue here. It was 20-0 the Lions in the first quarter, and that pretty much was all she wrote. Okay, Bungard will kick this from about the 5-yard line. Taking their time on the snap.
Just waiting for the back judge to raise his hand, which means 5 seconds left on the play clock.
Nice kick by Bungard to the
47,
and that's number 27 on the return. That's Salim Gomez. And Newton South will take it over at about the 40-yard line. 7-yard return.
Matt Holman on the stop or force out of bounds.
That was our end zone, our overhead view camera. And once again, Chelmsford Telemedia does itself proud. If you see these guys in town, thank them, because boy, they deserve it. Tom Peterson, Dan Sylvia, Craig Robertson, and a lot of students helping out to make this telecast possible. Cloud throws it, incomplete. Looking for number 26, 25, I believe. That was Jacob Barnes, the intended receiver.
Chelmsford D giving some good pressure there, forcing a bad throw.
That's right. They're substituting freely now with a couple of new players into the football game. Makes everybody practice a little harder during the week.
Absolutely.
Got on the field. Got some action. Cloud drops back, looks to the sideline, fires it, and it's completed this time. And that is the same guy. That's Jacob Barnes.
Steps out of bounds.
Take it out of bounds by D'Angelo.
Jake Henderson on Cloud.
We look forward to going back to North Andover next Friday night. Last year when we were there, the football game. LeJean able to pull it in. And more Chelmsford Lions coming onto the field. This is where the coaches have to do their homework to keep track of. You can only have 11 out there,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Cloud, deep, toss, has a receiver, and it's caught, touchdown. Pope is the receiver. That is a touchdown pass of about 30 yards. I didn't get the exact yard line of where they snapped that. But I think it was a 30-yard pitch and catch from Cloud to Pope. They're going to go for 2. The score is now 41. Once again, Cloud looks, keep it. And on the cone. Convert 41. Take 47 to 14, and we will take a break. I can come back and say the mistake was the scoreboard and not mine, which is not usually the case. The score on the screen says 47 to 14. It is actually 1 to 14. So don't go by the scoreboard. It's 41. Chelmsford people that are putting that's at going to 2 or 3 and end this football game at 41 to 14. And it turned out clock down. Kneel down. Straight ahead. And as Rob said, this is where the quarterback gets his 5 down. They do hand it off.
Or try to, anyways.
Try to. Almost didn't. They maybe will take the kneel now. That was Gillette. Lost a couple on the play. Ball is at the 21-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 14. And the Lions are just letting the clock rumble along. And there it is. Newton South certainly not going to take timeouts here. Ball is kept by the quarterback, running straight ahead.
Maybe picked up what he lost
in
the previous
like he
play.
Did. Yeah. Nick Marcotte, the kip.
Point to
mutually agree.
Yeah.
Play. And Chelmsford in, of course, no hurry. So now broke the daylight. We finally won an afternoon game.
We did.
In the sunlight. Again, that's Gillette with the football. He is taken down by number.
Referees actually in the game.
The Lions on top by a score of 41 to 14. A convincing, great victory for the Lions. Congratulations to the coaching staff. Outstanding game by scored. That's 5 extra points, and David Kaiser moves on with his Lions to play North Andover. Guys, any final comments?
I'm hoping that this builds some pretty good confidence. Like I said, North Andover, I don't believe convincingly beat Chelmsford the first time. With confidence, you play mistake-free, then you give North Andover a big go.
I agree with Rob. If they can limit the turnovers next week, I think they can hang in there with North Andover. But we'll see. Hopefully, like Rob said, this will create a lot of momentum going forward, and just a great effort all around by the coaches and the players today.
Many thanks to Ronna for her hard work today, to Rob and to David for great commentary. Congratulations to the Chelmsford football team. Great shot to watch to sign off with. And thanks again, Chelmsford Telemedia. We'll see you Friday night, folks.